Ah, here we are again. Same night, next video. I keep it short and sweet, as you well know. I just made a video maybe 20 minutes ago. I was going to go to bed, but I can't. I put the next number, I think. I'm not even so sure. I might have 2 8s. I try to go through the same process in the beginning. We have Georgie boy here who's saying, wake up, smell the roses, guys. Come on, America. He's arguably, he's not the last patriot. There's definitely other presidents that are patriots. Many weren't. Many very self-serving. Wasn't about America. It was about them. And I think we can make the argument with our latest choice that that's all. If anything is that case, it's him. Mr. Donald Trump, you suck. So, you truly suck. And I wasn't hoodwinked. I mean, I've hated the guy forever, but certainly better part of this country was. You don't hear anything about, elections being fixed. You know what I mean? You notice that? And if you don't think it's crossed my mind that the possibility exists to fix, say that aspect to election in, say, swing states via going into the sort of electronic aspect of things, think again. The very people that puppeteers that want something, the presidents are their puppets as well. So if they want this puppet instead of that puppet, they don't want the federal prosecutor puppet, for example. They want the, organized gang criminal Donald. They can make that happen. I have little doubt that AI sort of can go into certain results on certain states and tweak them a little bit. So, I'm not saying it happened. I'm just saying that, can elections be fixed? I mean, ask yourself that question in this day and age, as you're watching TV and these election results. We're not talking about the governor of New Hampshire. We're talking about one thing in a few states that are sort of swing states. And I'm not saying he wouldn't have won anyways. I mean, mass psychosis works. It works. He's evidence of that. And because I just look at no normal person in mass psychosis. I'm going to keep tweaking on that one because you got to all research that. The book of stupidity is mass psychosis there's an actual book. I don't know if it's called the book of stupidity, stupid people, because stupid is a real thing. All right, maybe I'll make that the theme of this particular video. I had something else in mind, but good coffee. This is what happens to me. I get up in the middle of the night, do my business, brush my teeth. That's when I brush my teeth, and I use proxy brush. Everybody, proxy brush. You want to have a healthy mouth? Avoid fluoride. It's the worst thing. It's just I'll make a video on that whole thing, but proxy brush. There's different sizes. They're available at all supermarkets. Throw away a toothbrush in comparison to proxy brush. That's what will really save your gums and your mouth. And ever since I used that, my dentist, I didn't even know it existed. This is many years ago. My mouth problems suddenly stopped. That's how important. It's like floss. If you floss your teeth, I never really did that well. I hated doing floss for starters. And what floss does, proxy brush does infinitely better. And I even dip it in toothpaste. This is me, guys. All right, this is how I work. I'm not talking about. I don't want to have a video about proxy brushes, but now you know about them if you're watching these videos, and it's something I believe that you should do. Everybody should do. So I was going to go down a certain road here. I don't remember what road it was on. I could go. I took a hard left turn right there. So I was going to talk about something extremely important. And that's why I can't even think what it is. My brain is sort of like. I'll go on to where I am right now, which is I'm drinking a cup of coffee. This is my third video of the night. The last one was about channeling. One previous to that was about abortion. So they're just channeling those subjects, and none of them stayed on course. There was all sorts of side roads to nowhere or whatever, to everywhere. So this one, what was I talking about? It's kind of funny. Because I'm kind of spaced out, and there's a reason for that. It's called marijuana. I have coffee, and I take a hit or two off my little pipe. I don't smoke a lot of pot, but I smoke a little pot a lot. You know what I mean, kind of. And so in the middle of the night, I have a tendency, because it's like my favorite time of day, if you will. It's night, but you know, I enjoy when I get up. I've already slept for 3 or 4 hours, let's say. I get up, and that's when I clean my house. So I guess that's what this video is about. Is how I operate. I'll get back to the subject I was going to talk about maybe in the next video. That's when I brush my teeth. I always use a proxy brush. I always make sure I do it every day. But then and I'm not planning on staying up at every night without fail. My doggy goes outside, and it's a whole, every night sort of rhythm, if you will. And I have this is my mom's, may she rest in peace, cup. I think it's the last one. They had a whole bunch of coffee cups, and I sort of inherited them. And through all my building process, pretty much all of them broke, with the exception of this one. I'll break it. Give me a little more time. So yeah, I wash my dishes then. Whatever. I clean the house. All my house cleaning. And a lot of rearranging of things. Like I would do this setup behind me. That was done some night. Rearranged, tweaking things. I'm always tweaking, where my instruments are. If you watch this, I have a bunch of musical instruments. So that's I call them my ornaments, because I have instruments all around, hanging on walls and all sorts of things. Along with some Buddha things. And I'm not a Buddhist. It's just, I kind of acquired these things, I explained. But I do believe in the sort of concept behind sort of Zen and what have you. In a very, very... I don't go looking at books about it. Just sort of the concept-wise. It's not deep at all. Nothing I say is deep. Okay? Nothing is... You don't go and watch anything I'm saying and say, oh, well, I'm not the person to go to. I'm the person maybe that can point out that there's something here. Maybe you should go look at it. All right? You can take abortion, for example. Look at the real deals if you want. Watch videos of women and how it affects them, for example. If you want to know about Palestine, really want to know about it, go watch videos of kids starving to death and kids getting amputations without any anesthetics. Go watch that. It might change your stance on just sitting by and ignoring that what our country is doing, because that's them. That's us. That's us doing that shit, creating that. So the first thing to do, obviously, and what all countries want is, I always come back. Like I said, I'm going off branches. I understand, but countries around the world are uniting against us, against the USA. And if you don't think that bombs that are flying over there can be flying over your heads tomorrow, think again. So drones that have little rifles on them shooting innocent people, think again. They could be buzzing over you at any given second. And the nation, like I said, China, which I respect more than the United States, frankly. So, hi, China. It's like, yeah, they ain't doing a lot of things wrong, but maybe of the topic of trying to start World War III, I think they're like, hey, no, we don't really want that. and sort of like the whole world is viewing the United States as the most violent nation, bar none. Russia, nope, United States is more violent than them. The Ukraine war, if the United States played their cards differently, would never happen. Okay, just so you know. I mean, that's sort of more, as much the United States' fault as Russia's fault. I mean, it's neither of these players are good actors, all right? Not endorsing Russia or the United States. They just like wars. I mean, it's not hard to get them, pick a fight with them, all right? It's like the bully at the bar, that's just looking for a fight, you know what I mean? and you might just be sitting there and just look at them wrong, and boom, you know. So we're the bullies of the world, have been for a very long time. The United States are the big bad bullies, and people, well, nations cower to the United States, cower to them. Their politics are altered by them. Their whole economy is run by them. The dollar is their currency in many cases. We're talking about South America, Southern American countries, you know, and all, you know, countries around the world obviously are, you know, and if we ignore them, then they, I mean, it's like we are the nipple of the worlds, if you will. So, and this nipple's drying up bad, and the poison coming out of them friggin' little nipples. So, yeah, it's bad. Disgusting sort of analogy, but you get it. You get what I'm talking about. So, yeah, on to whatever subject I was going to do. Maybe this is long enough. This is kind of long. I'm going to keep this one short and meaningless. No real theme to it, I don't think. Maybe there was. What the hell are we doing? Good night. Maybe this time I'll actually go to bed.